Hello beings, I'm a Roy, shell of a man like Roy Thomas Dow. I am God, as you are also, and I'm here sharing my truth. I've done a little video this morning talking about some stuff. I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter, it's then, it's done. So this is different. I've I felt it was time for just a straightforward video. I share depth in awareness of divine design, if you will, and elements of process, progress, and I thought it would be good to share it can just come to my mind, the idea of, all right, well, I'm coming here and saying, right, I'm God, you're God also, and it's like, well, what do we do now? And it's you adjust your whole perceptive framework towards being in love. And this is heaven. Okay, how do you do that? Well, think of what you do. You think, you speak, and you take action. Okay? In each of those instances where you are in a cycle, that's a moment, an opportunity for you to embrace the oneness of the truth in I am as you are, that love. Yeah, it's just an aspect of self, yeah, delivering the form and fabric that we see and playing in this game. So over 99% of you are out of sync with the game, and it's easy to elevate yourself, and we'll start with thought. So this is how to be in love, and I'm going to start saying lots of seeds with this in a general sense as well, in the sense of a global mindset, and it's going to be shocking and fearful to many. All right, some of the things I'm going to say, and just understand how your fear is, where your fear comes from, what it's based on, okay? When you wake up in the morning and you give thanks to the Father. Father is the impetus in that motive force to bring the creative design of your desire, okay? I don't write this stuff down always, but I do, and where I do, you can re-reference. So this is just more of an intimate idea of that there's no distance, okay? I am as you are. So remember, I'm calling you from within, okay? So thought. If you are aware of a thought that brings you discomfort, makes your stomach go, your solar plexus is responding because your heart is recognizing something, yeah? So when you do that, ask for clarity and be prepared to forgive and release. And you do this through acknowledging. You can't turn your back on your fears, because your fears remain, okay? I'm going to come back to some really heavy shit as well. So, if you entertain a thought and you know here that it is unloving, accept it, acknowledge it, accept it, release it. It's that stone cast aside. You don't need it. You don't need to carry it because it's not yours. What is yours is divine essence, because that is the true nature of your being. The Holy Trinity is one. The Father as the spark. The Christ mind as the desire picturing in form. And the whole Spirit is used to deliver into this creative experience where all dreams are realized. But is it the divine dream? And the divine dream only comes through immersion, acceptance, just surrendering to the oneness that is. Okay? So, if you speak and it's unloving, know that. That wasn't very nice. I will not say that again. Find forgiveness for yourself. In that moment, change your sense of being. There is no need, and listen to this, there is no need ever to apologize. This is very, very, very important, because when you apologize, you're going like that, okay? Understand that. You only need to forgive yourself. The recipient of your unloving nature expressed in being, theirs is the task to find forgiveness for you and then release that themselves, okay? Because the observer should elevate themselves. Or there's no should, it's what choice. Needs, there's no need. You can, if you wish, elevate yourself to a position of higher authority in self-knowing. That's not something that you blow trumpets about, it's just something that you know. And because you know it, you can be it. And if you be it, then you share the love, that radiance, which is bliss for you and for the recipients. So remember, you don't need to apologize. You need to find forgiveness for yourself and for other self. Okay? So if you take action that is unloving, again, stop. That's not loving. I turn my back on this, I turn away from it, and I free myself from it. It is behind me. And I progress on in truth. Forgive yourself. And then those that have been offended through having non-love projected onto their being will find forgiveness within themselves towards those projecting. And you'll either feel strong enough to stand there and transmute that love for your unlove into love for your benefit and theirs, or you'll move away and give them space to sit and find their own truth. When they find their own truth, they can forgive themselves and they can begin to grow in love. Okay? Good. So, if you knowingly poison someone with food, if you knowingly give someone something that's detrimental to their being, that's not loving. So that makes me think of the ingredients in food. Anything that's not loving, anything that doesn't need to be there, doesn't need to be there. And then if you do it for an ulterior motive, then that's not loving. You carry the burden of that lack of love. Think about that. Think about that as you make mountains of food for lots of people. Think about that when you take food away from people and it's wasted, when people starve. You know, there are ways and means to do things. All has to be changed in the sense of perspective. If we think of fear, the notion of fear and survival in the sense of I haven't got this, and if I don't have this, I'm going to suffer. Why? I had a thought, you know, it's what if everyone in the world just said, I'm not going to pay my mortgage anymore, and I mean everyone. What happens? God, is there alarm bells going off at the moment, eh? Is this bringing revolution? Or you could call it evolution, because it's certainly an elevation in concept, in perspective, with regards love. Okay? No one paid their mortgage because they just thought, I'm not going to take it with me. It's just it's almost like a loan. Yes, a divine loan. There's no divinity and there's no love in slavery. Know that. And when you take a life, then you're murdering the divine spirit within yourself. Think about that. Think about how that would come back. How many incarnations would you suffer? How would you suffer? You could intellectualize the concept of forgiveness without true feeling, and you would still deceive yourself. Such is the problem of intellect referencing small mind ego. Okay? Good. This is very simple and straightforward. Don't think big. Just think truth. You know, it's not necessary to know everything. You only want to know everything because you've got fear. Fear in the sense of the separation from truth. From the truth of who you are. In the beginning, there was one. No other. Love your beans. It's simple. Okay, just do that. That's the start. And slowly, we are going to change the world. It's a simple process. It's how can we survive when all the systems collapse? Well, they won't collapse because people in their heart will say, I still need to do this. We still need to see that things are working, and we'll make small changes along the way. And then together, we'll build heaven as you overcome your small mind, childish fears from separation from truth. Love your beans. Love is all around.